safe lane, Ember on mid, so they can have a good matchup.
Yeah,
Monkey King 4 sometimes
Yeah.
even. So.
It's actually interesting because there's not a lot of teams that have both of those as such flex picks. Normally, you want to see two different roles in your first two, and in this case, that could be the case, but we don't really know. It's I think it's a nice opening.
It is. It's very ambiguous. You can't really tell where they're gonna lane these two heroes, and that's what makes an opening such as this one so powerful and good. The Razor gets banned out.
For a moment, I thought that was a Spirit Breaker.
Sounds like Bristle or Spirit. Yeah, I don't know why he has such a bad sound.
I thought it was someone's stomach. The sounds just come from a speaker in a corner, and you never really know who's making the sounds.
Sorry, it was me.
I knew it. All right, Lesh and a Razor ban coming out real quick there from OG. And the Magnus still removed, of course. By all but gold.
Yeah, Lash was just so good for all but gold. Razor just one of those Illidan heroes that you wanna deny him the chance to play. So.
What needs to happen for Dazzle to be a hero again? I thought he was pretty good at the moment with the Poison Touch.
He was alright.
And he's got Sustain.
Poison Touch got nerfed a lot, so kind of core Dazzle, mid Dazzle is not that good anymore.
But he's got Sustain, you know, he is the Oracle, but then a poor man's Oracle.
Yeah, you can pick Shadowfin, that's budget Dazzle.
The problem with Dazzle is if you roll him as a... Oh, Shadow Shaman actually went through. This is not something we've seen.
No, because it's been banned.
Because it's been banned, yeah. The hero is very strong, very powerful versus Ember as well. Gives you some catch. Alright, Shadow Demon. Oh no! Oh gee, no.
It's a saving hero.
Oh, this isn't a saving hero. This is gonna be some tops and mid versus SF.
Oh no!
Shadow Demon. I've seen this. They did the same thing.
Why don't you like Shadow Demon? That's one of my favorite
mid.
heroes.
Versus you're picking Shadow Demon versus Oracle. Even
Wait,
purges every single spell that you
Let me tell you a story of OG in the major qualifiers. They had the first game, it was a gotcha pick, Shadow Demon mid, oh no, what's this gonna do? And you got this Thompson, he did okay in the lane, and then they ended up winning only because one fight, the enemy team forgot about Shadow Demon. One fight! Yeah. And after that, they kept picking it, and there's a reason they're actually here rather than in the major, because they kept losing with it after that first game. It was not very good. Sure, you can do okay in the lanes, but after that, you drop like a rock.
I don't think this is gonna be a mid.
I
hope it's not because of Oracle. If nothing else, Oracle just messes with this hero so hard. If you're a core and you're stacking poison on someone, he just purges it away or it makes him immune to magic. So.
Yeah, I may sound harsh, by the way, but at the same time, I just prefer it not to be mid.
They're still not showing anything. Every single of these heroes can be played at multiple roles besides Ember. Spirit, he kind of fills the role of either mid or the carry. So.
Definitely. That game, by the way, Sheaves, that they won with Shadow Demon, he was also versus SF. So maybe.
True.
Maybe, you never know. What ELTW heroes? Troll is gone. There's Jug. There's Terrorblade that's still in. Heroes that aren't really that bad right now either. Oh, Beast for Seb. And they're just saving their last pick. It's not showing anything. This StarLadder, what do you think about him? He did get nerfed a little bit, but the hero is still quite alright.
He's a strong hero. Yeah. There's 3 melee heroes inside of OG right now, and StarLadder's gonna have a good time. Either if you pair him up with Shadow Shaman or Oracle, it just feels that he's gonna have a really good laning stage no matter what.
Yeah, huge rush potential as well, right? And you have the combo with Shadow Fiend too. Not too bad, not too shabby. Alright, last ban Lycan.
You know what?
Right, so
if it is a mid Shadow Demon, I'm happy that OG is at least playing the last game with their strat. And I think that would be the same thing for me for All But Gold. Regardless of the outcome of this game, both of these drafts are very much their own and their own playstyle, right?
Yeah, definitely. Some of their heroes did get banned out, so they couldn't continue drafting the same stuff, but they adapted in their own way, in their own fashion. Like you have the Rasta picked up on Old But Gold.
And you need to have that if you want to be successful. You can't just copy other people. So if you have your own style that works, that's the way you win. That's the way you win TI as well.
That Radiant draft is OG 101 as well. Like they love picking drafts such as this one.
Yeah.
And Old But Gold, again, a lot of aggression coming from them. That StarLadder needs to have a decent lane. If he's a core, though, he shouldn't suffer, as Lacoste said. Should be quite fine, but...
They're taking their time. They still have 1 minute and 40 seconds to decide what to ban. There are not too many position 1 heroes left in the pool.
They ban out the Weaver. Right, it is a thing they played a few times. So
yeah, a lot of physical damage, hard to catch.
So much minus armor, right?
Yeah.
With Weaver, if he goes for that Dezo build that he was doing before, you have the Dezo, you have StarLadder, you have SF. It's just way too much to deal with.
Tiny made it all the way through.
So it's gonna be
Tiny Beastmaster, again one of OG's comfort zone picks, and this is a strat they beat Alliance with to get to the minor to begin with.
It's gonna be position 5 Shadow Demon in the end.
Let's see how Old But Gold responds. They already have a lot of minus armor, which is good versus some of these heroes, so not too bad.
Seconds left. I'm just thinking of a hero that fits into what they're doing. When the mech is up, when the Guardian Greaves is up, try to go for objectives, take the Roche, put Shadow Shaman wards.
PA.
PA it is.
Perfect, right?
Yeah, a lot of minus armor. If that PA gets Deso at one point and minus armor talent, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Shadow Demon is gonna get daggered and die.
Yep.
That's gonna hurt a lot. However, you can make nice illusions from PA if you're Shadow Demon as well. If PA is fat, you can use it against her.
Well, she's still gonna one-shot you, and you're still gonna die. One dagger and I'm die. And also you have Vanscore to save the PA, right? With that Oracle, who's gonna be massive. She doesn't have to invest instantly into that BKB, so...
Who will survive Elimination Saturday from Group A?
I'm gonna say Old But Gold. I love the last pick on PA. They're really heavy on physical damage. If they get the timings right, laning stage shouldn't be too bad for them as well. Also, you're gonna have a vision on this Monkey King with StarLadder. So I think their lineup again is easy to execute. You don't need to do anything fancy.
What do you think, Lizard?
I have to admit that I agree with Lacoste. Like, they, again, have drafted a lineup that's much easier, but they don't have to do anything fancy. OG has to do something fancy, but they're known for doing fancy stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised if they take this game. So just for the fun, I'm going to go with OG.
And 50-50.
50-50 on the panel.
We like that. We like it that way. Let's find out what is going to happen in this final game of the series with Lyrical and Trent.
Oh, thank you very much, Shiver. And yes, we're going to get to take a quick little look here at the folks of Old But Gold as they get ready to face off against OG. The final game, the final countdown, like that terrible 80s songs. Trent, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Did you hear the crowd cheer for us?
I
think
did.
That was perfectly in sync with Shiver at the handoff, so I can only assume that they were piping us into the venue, which would totally make sense in Ukraine. So, come on, it's signature hero here. It's Thompson on the Monkey King. I know that draft looks scary from Old But Gold. PA, StarLadder. Whew. More minus armor from the Shadow Fiend? No, thank you. I don't want to play against that, but, you know, Thompson, he's been playing this guy forever. He's seen buffs, he's seen nerfs, mischief now with just the damage to reduce, so maybe he'll get himself a real lucky roll here in this one. You never know.
Hey.
Might be able to save himself from one of those big physical damage bursts, but it should be a fun game. I would have to agree with the whole idea of the ease execution. I do think it looks like a pretty solid concept here from Old But Gold. Nothing too crazy, nothing really deviating from their previous matches, and you're just going to be looking for see if they do some cheeky plays with this Tiny, but Jarex is actually down to the bottom lane. He's not set up to do the toss stuff with the Hawk in the top just yet.
Yeah, playing it a little bit further back right now, and I guess just trying to ensure that they have this bottom lane secured. And of course, they can TP in him afterwards, but they will be able to secure 2 runes up top for OG, and Old But Gold get the 2 bottom. See if Jarex decides to stay down here or not to help out LTW on this Ember Spirit. Playing it again. He had a really good game last time around. Oh my god. All right, well, we're going to have
this
some...
is why I picked Beastmaster, I think. You know, all the best chat wheels.
Definitely.
And No Tail is still sticking around up here, so that's going to bring the Oracle in. Well, Shadow Demon into Oracle, a little disappointing. Of course, he's going to be stacking up those poisons, and then Oracle can just purge them off. And, oh, well, he's instantly throwing them onto the boards at the moment anyway, so No Tail's like, oh, sweet, free damage. And he somehow gets 4 and a 3 stack. My god, boys, split up. He's got a 4 and a 4.
You got to be careful. This is a good amount of damage there, although actually just level 1. That amplification when you go up to that 5th stack is pretty insane.
Yeah, it's disappointing when you miss it, though, because it is, you know, you really want level 3 before the major spans, but he's got 3 Mangos, a Clarity. He's going to use all his mana pool. Wow, he's just keeping them coming.
Get after it. He's got 2-2, 3-3-2,
And
3-2-2.
You're kind of seeing why they didn't attempt these tiny plays or anything, right? It's, well, 4.
Oh, wait, he used his Q.
Yeah, on the PA. He didn't stack them up together.
Well, this is time to buy a stick, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's partially why he's probably doing this. He's like, oh my god, they didn't get the side chop yet. I haven't done my whole mana pool. Dying would not be ideal. You really don't want to get first blood for this. Sometimes dying after using the whole mana pool can be okay. Not like that, though.
Not like that, indeed. And meanwhile, mid lane, oh, Lord. What is going on? Old But Gold.
Oh, yeah, give him the tip. G must be out of tips or something, so Vanscore's got to do it for him.
Down bottom lane also. A little bit of harassment there on the LTW, able to dodge away, but only for a second, and then they save that crush for afterwards. And off to a hot start on Old But Gold. At least in the kills.
Hell of a kill for an SF, too. I mean, you could see he had the Mischief actually on cooldown when he died, so he'd already used it once to his benefit in this matchup, and perhaps G just able to use that with the raises.
I guess that is the thing now, is that you can dodge the damage, but if you only dodge the first one, it's still going to apply the effect onto them, if I'm not mistaken, with that most recent change.
Yeah, you get all the other effects except damage. So slows, stacks, in the instance of raises, all that sort of stuff. Tiny down bottom, yeah. As a throw at the avalanche, this DD Shadow Shaman. This guy hits hard when he has 0 armor.
Oh, my god. Is Jarex just dead? Oh, toss away to the creeps. Well played. That would have been maybe a kill.
Jeez, good thing the creeps don't aggro onto you as that Shadow Shaman. Would have hurt even more. Velar, he kind of knows his way around the support Tiny, so I'm sure he can go toe-to-toe here with Jarex.
Yeah. Although, can he go toe-to-toe with LTW? No.
False.
That is a problem and a half. LTW. And just find the kill. So a little bit of a retribution here for OG in this bottom lane after losing out the other 2. Thompson able to count to 4. Now has a boundless strike afterwards. If he wants to use this on G, or just keep growing for... Well, he gets denied because of it. Well, Vanscore is going to kill himself to a tower.
Yeah, dangerously explosive in the mid lane there. I'm just looking for some Jingu stacks, and maybe the Monkey starts to dive, or the raise dives can happen as well. And you end up getting the kill there from Velar onto to Jarex.
Shackles not doing damage because of that Flame Guard. He can't burn through it as of yet, but the bash comes through as BZZ getting those punches out. One more hit and he dies. So they take down LTW, a kill on each lane for Old But Gold.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you got Thompson playing in between the towers here onto G. Boundless striking, creeps now hitting, and G out of everything. You just got to do the long walk home. So despite starting off so great in this matchup, he's now down 6 CS. And Thompson's got full control here with a haste rune sitting top that SF just can't get to.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Toss in the bottom lane. They throw him way up onto Velar, and yeah, that's a quick kill.
Jarex is like, I know how to play Tiny too. What you think about that one?
Yeah, that is one that we haven't seen too much, right? The aggressive tosses. Much more of the medic Tiny from Velar, but this time in the laning stage, getting these stuns, or in this case, the roots right on top of his opponents.
Yeah. So you had said that you really loved this. Oh, wait, but now the toss back comes, and the turnaround, though. LTW trying to get that kill. They do have the shackles afterwards if they want to use it from Velhor. But with the Flame Guard out, they need to back out now. Can't afford to take that fight. But you had said that you really liked this PA pick. You're actually calling for it in the draft. What is it about the PA that kind of pulls this draft together for Old But Gold?
Oh, it's the minus armor, baby. You know, as you can see, she's actually diving onto No-Tail at the moment, maybe testing her luck here. Getting lots of evasions though, but Vanscore's coming through, and they have the Purge. They're actually going to throw it onto No-Tail. He didn't have the Blink Strike up, and my... Jeez, they were playing it risky there, not going for the root. Like, didn't go for the Purge on the PA, and then you move over to the SD.
Right.
It could have been that they weren't sure about the disruptions. Maybe they weren't exactly positive about his skill points and everything like that. So it works out in the end.
Yeah.
A little bit scary, but yeah, I mean, it's a minus armor draft. It's a PA. It's kind of the big thing that fit. Plus, she's running into a lot of evasion gaming that's going to be happening here. She's going to have high armor because she's an Agi hero versus all the physical damage that comes out too. So things just look like a pretty well set up PA game. And of course, despite her nerfs and changes, she's still top of the tier of our carries at the moment. And plus, she can always just give herself a great time in lane thanks to Dagger. Think about all this pressure they had on the lane earlier on, and this tower barely took any damage.
Yeah, it's true. Keeping them off of it can pull aggro also from time to time. That might change as you get towards more items on Seb. Potentially getting into a Vlad's or something. But bottom lane, find LTW yet again. Gets the crush punch, going for a bit more. Does have another Ether Shock in about a second, but not going to happen, at least onto the Ember Spirit. So back and forth we go.
And G just takes himself to the jungle, right? Thompson once more. He's going to start controlling his waves, kind of statically holding it there. And that means G's forced up in here. They don't really have any great vision as to where he is, but I mean, obviously, if he's not in the lane, they know that he's most likely up here, but theoretically could also be down in the bottom half. But really only one place in SF wants to be right now. No one really invading currently from the Radiant team, so this will be mostly free for him. And it is a catapult wave, though, so Thompson could think about tanking this for a little bit, but he's actually going to let his catapult go down.
Okay.
But SF was coming back either way.
Right. Well, and as much as PA hasn't actually taken that much damage on the tower, she has been somewhat hampered in terms of her farm, particularly in comparison to what the Beastmaster's been able to get. Yeah, finding that kill on the No-Tail, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, despite the last hit differential, she's only about like 100 and some behind the Beastmaster, but spoken too soon.
There's the Dominator used, and chasing forward, find the root onto 2. Can they get him down in time and trying to walk away? They have the Purge to keep him alive, and that just means Vanscore is going to give up his life for the cause.
All right, so saves the PA, but nice return kill there from OG.
Oh, and the toss onto the low ground. Jerix finds it, but the turnaround comes as well as they're able to interrupt the shackles coming out there. Thompson turns, finds the kill onto G.
Vanscore's coming in here now too, but I don't know if they can do much about this.
Oh, and they tried to eat the tree, but it doesn't happen in time. And Thompson able to make this work. Gets the Jingle Stacks. No, doesn't quite get it up yet in time. He doesn't have a Boundless Strike afterwards either. The toss, the Avalanche, they find that kill onto the Monkey, and Velor just walks away.
Jeez, that did not look like it was going to end well for the side of Old But Gold. At the same time, though, they are losing quite a bit in the top lane. Seb and ILTW have stayed up here since the kill on the Oracle and are continuing this pressure into the tower. The Hellbear Smasher still sticking around, and in combination with the level 2 in the Inner Beast, Seb going to be able to force this one down while secured by the vision from his Hawk. There is a DD now picked up from G, though. So if he's their next target, we might see a potential turnaround play there.
It definitely feels like OG are starting to come up with more answers to this like all-out aggression push strat. And it's, you know, build into some of those items themselves, like that Dom that's coming out for the Beastmaster level 3 here. Yeah, there's not a chance. No points in disruption also.
If I'm OG right now, I really just want to play up here. I mean, they've already been doing it, and they're now smoking in here too. But the whole point is that they're thinking about Roche already, because it's a PA, it's an SF, and it's a StarLadder. So I love taking this area of the map over. They have 2 wards with them as well, so just make this your own. They've given the wards 2 tops in here.
And they take down G yet again. OG is just relentless. You called it. They go towards the top side here, can play around this area of the map, and
look at that.
Wow.
Right up onto the high ground, using the nighttime vision where you don't have any idea about that low ground.
I mean, it's worth remembering that about 4 minutes from this time last game, they were taking racks. They're thinking of a similar thing.
The thing about these wards and why they're so valuable and why like Bounty Hunter was so good is because they spot couriers. They see where the courier is going, and with a courier, you can tell who's there.
Right. It's true. Well, they find Vanscore, get the kill. Like, the wards are way up, all of them up on the high ground there. No-Tail. Going to get punched by Illidan, and that is going to be a kill. by the PA.
And the thing about this from OG2 is that you see them do this all the time with the Nature's Prophet. So when you're playing against the Nature's Prophet, everyone throws these sentries down. But you might not expect it the same way with the Monkey King because they just play this thing all the time anyway. And they don't do this every single game they have a Monkey King, right?
Look at
so
this.
you might not suspect this from Old But Gold.
4 heroes chasing G. And it looks like they aren't going to find him, but instead get Vanscore, Boundless Strike connecting, tossing him forward, and another kill onto these supports. Although they do have the Fate's Edict, not going to be enough. Chasing forward here onto Illidan. This is a big kill if they can get it. Already use Roar, jump forward, and get it with the Remnants.
Yeah, so now this Oracle's going to respawn. He's going to come over here, he's going to plant a sentry right here, and he's going to kill this ward. And he's not going to know that there's wards sitting on his high ground.
Yeah.
It tends to be what happens. And they're just playing so aggressive right now. I mean, they have the perfect heroes levels, and everything is at that exact moment where you just want to be diving people the second they leave the base. Just much stronger at the moment from OG, even if there's not much of a net worth advantage.
And we'll see where they decide to drop it. They actually haven't dropped that sentry ward yet, so they know that these supports are in the jungle here. They spot him right by those trees and get a little bit of vision onto Jarex. The root is going to be there. Has an avalanche to try and interrupt to get away from those supports. Those are the ones that are going to kill him as he tosses them away, but one more hit from Illidan gets that kill. But while this is happening, nothing for 3. BZZ chase down. Boundless Strike going to connect. Need a couple more punches, and are they going to get it? Looks like it might just happen, although 5 stacks not enough.
And No-Tail's really been sacking his levels these games, from game 1 to now this game, and he gets stunned up here.
They're just pulling them all over the freaking map. There's 3 battles going on simultaneously. Valor just drops wards mids, tries to take down Thompson, eats his way through the trees. They do get the Boundless Strike hit, though, and able to dodge away from that damage. In the meantime, Seb gets the tower. I mean, there's just chaos all over the place. This is how these games have looked for OG through the qualifiers. It feels like they're getting back to the style that worked for them.
Well, Seb is going to return from his push in the bottom lane, though. See if they can actually punish this attempt onto a tier 1, but they have the vision on the high ground from the Dire side.
11-11, 12 minutes in the game. And you look at OG's just map presence. They weren't able to get any of those D wards up on those high grounds, and simultaneously they've taken each of the tier 1s and also one of the tier 2s.
They are smoked heading towards Seb, and this Hawk giving him some false sense of security.
That will be a quick blow up. So Old But Gold staying with that aggression, and we'll be able to take down this Dominator creep also. So extra chunk of change. LTW, though, making the rotation, and the rest of them here.
They know SF's not here. They see him on the wards.
It's only 1 point in chains, but they're going to be able to find Vanscore right at the bat, and they actually take off the Flame Guard. He needs to be careful. Doesn't have that much survivability for the moment. The Monkey King ultimate comes out as well. The Avalanche toss, but BZZ gets the crush on 4. It's not going to end up making a difference, though. They just need to get out.
Yeah, sack BZZ.
Turn around, Hex.
Here we go.
Jackal trying to get some crits. Do they find it? He gets imprisoned, pulled back in. No-Tail keeping him alive, but LTW eventually will fall. They get the kill onto that Ember Spirit, and now Jarek goes forward. Avalanche toss onto 4, but they get the heal coming out, and PA not going to die because of it. 4 stacks doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you see just instantly at the bottom, wants to keep his farm up, needs to get that mech, and now the recipe is complete. So they can now head in towards that Roche Pit and try and get themselves some vision in that area. The Dire kind of feeling a little bit desperate, honestly, to be getting it at this point. And it looks like Illidan finally made a decision here, and he's going for the Vlads. Okay.
It is sort of this like crazy pace of this frenetic game where you've got like so much action all around the map happening simultaneously, and the core is kind of equal in terms of farm. The big difference that I'm seeing, though, is that the Shadow Shaman has gotten a lot for himself. Feels like Velor might be potentially a difference maker. I'm not sure how you feel about it.
Yeah, Aether Lens is a huge item on this hero, especially against an Ember Spirit or even a Monkey, right? Just a couple of elusive guys that are always trying to keep an arm's length away from you, but once you get to the cast range talent, of course, that's much further away, but the Aether Lens is able to allow you to get some hexes that you normally wouldn't be able to, and then your team can follow up after that. Right now, it's OG who just constantly playing on this side of the map. They don't really care that Old But Gold are down bottom. Not an issue for them. They want to just continue pressuring and pushing Old But Gold as far away from the Roche Pit as possible. It's a smoke this time, though. And Vanscore's so far ahead of his team, though. His smoke pops, and he's like, oh, yeah, I can't do anything. It's just like, what? He ends up getting a D-Ward because of it, though.
Yeah, No-Tail scouting out also. So they just get the tier 2 tower for free, and OG can walk back over this direction. All together, the Stomp interrupting the chase that was coming from BZZ. They do get the Helm Creep, though. but it's really OG that can sort of pick and prod these fights with the Ember, and you're seeing it right here, right at the start, but they drop down the wards trying to get into the fight. Septi gets so much damage with that minus armor, but Thompson finds the huge Boundless Strike onto 3 of them as well, and they have to back out of here. You need to be careful also because of the stacks of the poison that's coming out as well. Thompson turns around, finding the catch, maybe even going to get this kill, but they get the hail, saving him at the last second on that StarLadder. So Old But Gold able to save the day for the moment with the buyback coming from that Oracle. They're going to take off the Flame Guard. Think about chasing for more. The Boundless Strike comes out. They get that kill on the Oracle. That's a dieback.
Mischief bashed.
Not happening. Can't get him out of there. And Velhor standing tall with his Aether Lens. Or not having it yet, but it doesn't matter. But the jump away crush not going to be there. LTW trying to run. Does he get out of there? A bash? He doesn't have the stacks of it.
Man, what a buyback there from Vanscore. Great targeting from the side of OG, right? They find him on the high ground. They take him down with the help of Jarex and Thompson, but then he buys back. He comes back in the fight. He false promises the StarLadder, and, well, they're actually going to find... Is that LTW?
Yes, it is.
I don't know. Well, all right. Cool, cool. Not the place to be.
Is it?
But anyway, Vanscore buys back. He comes back and he false promises the StarLadder, and he just starts salving his PA while she's hiding in the trees, and that's what allows him to re-engage. And all of that effort spent keeping away from the pit, at the very least, the rune will be bottom, so it won't be a DD blessing here for the side of Old But Gold.
But they do have Greaves. They've got the amplified damage.
They see it. They have the Monkey King, but no ulti.
This is scary. This is such a scary moment.
Is it though? I mean, I don't really think OG can fight this. I mean, obviously, Old But Gold are giving them the respect, but without the Monkey King ulti, this feels pretty difficult. Of course, they don't know there's no TP from the Ember, etc.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Jarex needs to be careful here. Oh, the toss back onto the Ancients, but the Vision trying to get out of there. They're already separated from the rest of the team. They need to get into the area, but they can't quite get him. There's the jump away, though. Able to keep him alive. LTW trying to interrupt this Shackles, but it's not going to happen. So they take down Jarex. They got their man eventually. Illidan chasing, trying to get him. He's got no crits, though, that are coming out, and with Vanscore back alive, that's going to bring PA back up to full HP, and they can think about going for the re-engage here if they wanted to. LTW low on mana, and now Old But Gold retreat to the pit.
I'm not exactly sure how she lived there.
That was nuts.
That looked like she was going to be dead. I guess just not quite enough damage in the area at the time. And even False Promise was on cooldown for about 5 more seconds to get thrown up there, too. And they will take down the Hawk. Good use of the sentry there.
Now the Monkey King ready to jump up. He needs to be so careful here.
He's got his Wukong's command, but it's going to be too late.
Jump in, trying to find it, crushes out, and, well, LTW, Seb, in some trouble. Has low armor, saved for the moment, but the Monkey King in the backline's not really doing that much at all. They get out the Requiem of Souls, going to be able to find themselves more. LTW needs to get the hell out of there, but they've got this Monkey King potentially controlled as they're trying to take him down. The crits isn't going to be enough. Thompson pulled, going to turn into a tree, trying to run away. Mischief, it's not enough. They take down the Monkey King, and ILTW, nowhere left to go, had to just run away from the rest of his team. Old But Gold ready to keep the pressure on.
Man, OG definitely hit their stride there around that 12, 13-minute mark with all those wards, all that vision on the dire side. They're getting kills left, right, and center, but they've regrouped on the side of Old But Gold. They've identified their objectives, what's really important for them. They had to give up a little bit, like losing that tier 2 in the mid lane, etc., but they fought back very hard inside their jungle, winning some engagements, pushing back OG, and now finally getting their goal of the Roche. Putting it on the Shadow Fiend, too, kind of interesting. I mean, he's the Greaves buyer, too, so I think really going to get him again.
You can't afford to lose your life here. He has been so heavily hampered. He's below the StarLadder. The Shadow Shaman is almost ahead of him in terms of net worth.
It looks like a game where the StarLadder has a blink or something, but I think he's just getting caught off guard by the range of the Shadow Shaman with the Aether Lens.
All of this farm on the Shadow Shaman from those early kills, getting some towers down, is making the difference. And Velhor has been so often just the playmaker for this Old But Gold team, whether it's on the Tiny or now the Shadow Shaman.
And there's still 3.5 minutes left on the stages. There are definite possibilities of high ground,
Level
at least
15
chipping
SF.
away to tier 3. It is indeed, and that really makes you want to go for this.
They're ready to walk up towards this high ground.
This is
Guardian
scary,
Greaves
though.
are there.
Their PA sitting on 3,000 gold. She's actually much lower damage than you might think.
Well,
I mean, he lived. That's what
true.
I'm saying.
That's true. That's fair enough. Gotta take what you can get at this point.
Like, she's really a 4K net worth hero right now, right?
Yeah.
Man, Thompson's going to grab the courier.
That does reveal to them that the Monkey King is not here, though. But they have done a really good job of taking down these wards.
I think they're pushing too early right now. I mean, it's still working.
Yeah. I mean, it's danger zone, though. You got to be careful. Take a little bit of time. They've got a lot of duration on this Aegis, and Topson did a good job of denying them a secondary creep wave.
They're still chasing. They're going to catch Velor. Going to throw the root back with the Dispel.
Needs to get out of there. LTW jumping, chasing. Hex.
The great escape.
Monkey King is sandwiching. They got to be careful. They just used the false promise.
Don't.
This is not good at all. OG walking forward in this one, and Velor just going to shackle the monkey, but he just lost those 2 supports. At least they get the cores out.
The Save Your Buddy syndrome is strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of those plays where it's like, yeah, there was 3.5 minutes left on Roche, but we decided to push before finishing the items that were easily achievable in that time period. Now PA has to walk all the way back home to buy her Deso. She sells her Stout for it. And that's just comes down to maybe just losing it a little bit. They rushed it when they really didn't have to. Think about the difference with this PA with and without Deso. I mean, it's absolutely massive. Like, currently she has all of her net worth in her hero. Before she had half.
Well, and you talk about also just that 1 kill on the Shadow Demon, you know? That would have happened, like you were saying, if he does manage to get that Deso. So, huge difference. Everybody's back alive now from All But Gold. They won't have the false promise for a little while longer. Should have it soon.
Thank God G's changing his item build. I did not want to see Manta. I mean, the Manta might have been a, like, we win a fight and I have Aegis build, but I really like the BKB. I think it's going to be a little bit better.
End the game. They have Vlad's on the Beastmaster.
He just needs to stand tall against this this Radiant squad and allow room for Illidan to just maneuver around. And they're going to smoke the back line here.
Jump forward, no tail gone. That's how that's supposed to look. That's without Corrosive Haze on
exactly.
Well, LTW low on mana. Needs to be very wary. Blink Dagger StarLadder is a big initiation tool. Jerax jumps in, gonna get hexed. Gonna get shackled. He's gone. And ILTW on the other side. Do they find a bash? Yes, indeed, he do. He got their man here in a second. Crush not gonna be online though.
Oh, so when they go for that play with Jerax and he tries to combo down the PA, BZ blinks forward and catches 2 with the stun. No follow-up from the Ember and the Beastmaster, or else they could have actually moved on that play from Jerax. Instead, Jerax just throws away his life, all because of BZZ.
Now you've got the tier 3 tower assaulted. All of Old But Gold taking it down, and the jump forward coming from Illidan. He's found his man, gets that kill onto the Shadow Demon. Can they get any more here? Topson trying to make a little bit of space. They get the disarm. The save comes onto BZZ, keeping him alive for the moment. We'll have a blink forward if he wants to do it. Afterwards with a crush and maybe a Corrosive Haze, but the Roar's there to interrupt the shackles, and now they take down 2. As Vanscore has also died. Both the supports out of this, but they jump forward. Illidan finding his man. LTW jumps, but it's not going to be enough. Jerk's trying to pull this creep wave back, but in his sights is this PA who chases forward. Gets another crit, and then leaves it alone. Wants to go back and help out the rest of their cores because LTW bought back. If he steps forward, he might just die in a second. But it does mean that they left Jerax alive. Jump forward, finding LTW, interrupt. This is a little bit danger town right now. Illidan, you need to be careful. Gets the blink away, though, and it looks like they aren't going to be able to chase as of yet. The jump crush, good sleight of fist, though, and LTW, the Jerax jumping, tries to find the kill, but the turnaround comes. He's getting the heals out as well. They take down Jerax yet again, and No Tail, the next one in their sights. They get the ulti out onto him, but before he pops, he gets his kill.
He's still alive.
And Illidan lives through it with the hit from the Stifling Dagger.
Oh, balance strike. Oh,
he wants to get it. It's not quite enough to turn. He's going to be able to walk away from him. He gets the life seal. Illidan makes it happen yet again. Oh, you can't stop this man. The storm is raging. And he finds himself a triple.
Right, OG. There's tier 2s. Stop. Please stop. Let him go. Oh man, 60 seconds, no Ember, 30 without the Monkey King.
And they know it. They saw him buy back earlier. They're going for these tier 4 towers. The presence affects buildings. And they're moving into position to take down these tier 4s. OG need a miraculous hold here. Can they do it?
How much will OBG hesitate is the question.
Crush off the mark. Maybe an opportunity here. They need some type of a toss-back play. All this life steal coming from Illidan. No Tail still caught there in the smoke. They're trying to build up these stacks as well.
Them back. This is working out at the moment.
Although this is the trump card in the end for Bellhorde. They drop down the Wukong's command though. Disarm out as well for the moment, but they got the toss back onto G. They're not bringing him down quickly enough, though, and there's going to be the Boundless Strike. The Roar's out as well. Can they bring him down in time? They have the false promise to keep him alive, and in the meantime, the Ancient is still falling, keeping that Shadow Fiend alive so that they get the minus armor onto the buildings. They use the Glyph in the end. Old-But-Gold's starting to fall down low. OG need just a little bit more to try and take it down, but they can't deal with the wards in time. They're trying to kill him off, but eventually, the throne will be claimed. Valor, the man, stands up and screams. Woo!
Oh, he deserved it today, that's for sure. This guy has been an absolute legend for this team. I mean, probably the name that's least recognized on the squad, right? Like, compared to all these other players, we've seen them for years. We know them all, and this guy's just like, yeah, I think I can carry these guys. Yeah, no problem.
Woo! A hell of a game. The man in red, playing the Shadow Shaman, playing the Tiny. What a performance. God.
I know, that was a pretty, whew. What just happened, guys? I mean, I don't know if you guys were paying attention there, but that game got out of control very fast. Right after that Roche, it just felt like game to, and he knows, look at that, he loves it. I mean, the crowd here, they were all about Old But Gold.
Oh, that was great. Get ready for goal. Oh, he's taking it. Look at that man go. Oh, you can tell he's going to hit the club afterwards. Velhor. He's the happiest man.
He's a responsible boy. He's got to play some more. You know?
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have an interview. We're going to head on over to the stage with Tony and Illidan and see what they have to say about that game.
First of all, congratulations. All the crowd supports you. They're chanting your name, Illidan. What a victory. What do you feel right now?
My hands are shaking. I also feel like, oh, okay, I was ready to lose. Now I'm on the next day, you know. It's fine. My team carried.
At what point you thought that you're ready to lose?
I mean, when you come to any tournament, be ready to lose. That's it.
That's interesting. Did you ever thought that you will be in the semifinal of the minor when you first formed this team, Old But Gold?
Not sure. I was actually not even sure we were going to minor because like 2 swaps, Terabyte, and we are here. That's basically it. And yeah, I mean, we are developing pretty fast. Despite like we have not much styles to play, our style is developing really fast. Yeah.
So what do you think the key of success of this roster?
It looks like OG is just struggle against TS teams just because they don't want to really play against early aggression. And it seems like their early aggression is not meta enough to be playable right now. So I just think we found the key to teams which are not really in good shape right now. And like, let's say right now they're on our level, like on this tournament. I'm not saying overall or something, just on this tournament, yeah. And just like a couple of moments and you won. That's basically Dota, right? Like if people are equal on skill almost, and yeah, like it can be turned by like any minute to any side. That's it.
All right, I understand your emotions. Now you can say something to the crowd who supported your team and you particularly. What do you want to say to them?
I want to thank you, all of you guys. Спасибо, ребята. Это было слышно даже через эти наушники, что удивительно. Спасибо.
Thank you very much, and back to the panel.